our favorite starting 11 for the Champions League 23-24.
This year.
We both did a 4-4-2, yeah?
Yeah, 4-4-2.
Okay. Did you pick a goalie?
I did.
All right, let's start there. Who'd you go with?
I went with Donnarumma.
Really? Of course you would. You would.
I'm eagerly awaiting to hear what you picked.
No, you're not. You don't care what... Like, a goalie? Do you really care what goalie I picked?
I just don't know who the hell you would pick. That's
I didn't...
He hates every goalie we ever talk about.
I don't care about goalies. I'm sorry. I just, like... I just grabbed Nick Pope because I think he's a goofy motherfucker and he cracks me up. So...
Yeah, he's likable.
Pope,
okay.
Yeah, Pope is
right.
Pope, I feel like, was that gawky teenager in high school that wasn't very coordinated, and then you saw him like 5 years later, and you're like, holy shit, dude, you put on like 50 pounds of muscle, you're yoked. Yeah. Like he's that kid. He's like Neville Longbottom, you know?
There you go. There's more to his story to come then. Okay.
So yeah, I like him. He's on. I picked him.
You know, I had to go Donnarumma. It was like the only goalie that jumped out to me.
Of course. Buffon retired, so Donnarumma, come on down.
Yeah, there you go. It's the only option.
All right, who hit me with your center backs. See if we got something.
Okay, so I gotta say I struggle with defense. It was probably the place where I put in sort of like probably the least amount of thought. I was like, just get 4 people out there and then stop thinking about defense. So the first 2 people that jumped to my mind for center back were Rudiger and Saliba as my 2 center backs.
Nice. Okay, I also have Rudiger, but I put him at the left back just because I was struggling at left back, and he's played there before. Kind of did that deal with Chelsea. I love Rudiger, though. Yeah, he was an easy pick for me. Then, so that was my left back, and then my center back, I put Botman in there because I like Botman.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And Bonucci.
He slipped my mind because he's hurt. Bonucci. Oh, I thought he was out of the... I didn't think about that.
He's back, baby. Union Berlin. Let's go.
Oh, shit. I just assumed he was... Oh, man. I messed up already.
Yeah. Got one on you there.
Sorry, Saliba. You just got booted, dude.
Saliba, see you later. Oh, man. And then on the right, this one was the easiest pick of the night. Serginho Dest, dude. American. Drink. On my squad.
Legend. Drink.
PSV right back. Let's go.
So I did not go Dest.
Traitor.
Dest is...
Turncoat.
What's that?
Turncoat.
I did. I went British here.
No! I knew it.
Yeah, I put in Trippier.
I knew it.
I've got Dest. So every American had to at least make my bench, though. So Dest is part of the squad, I would say. But yeah, I went Trippier in the starting spot.
Oh man, you're a poor Yank.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
You don't like Dest?
Dest fan.
Damn, I love Dest.
I think he's, of all the players we're gonna mention here, besides maybe Aronson, I think he's the worst of them.
Yeah,
I think
he's not a perfect
I don't think he's
player.
a good defender. I think he overcommits at times.
Oh, at times, all the time.
Well, yeah, but I mean, obviously, I gotta still support him. But
yeah,
I like the way Trippier plays more than any other right backs I thought of.
No, that's fair. That's unbiased.
Yeah.
That's what we like to see.
Try to be slightly neutral.
No,
as much as possible.
Dest is certainly a flawed player, but I love how at times reckless he is going forward because he can dribble from right back all the way into the 6-yard box and like not be touched.
And you need it when like at least the historical American teams that just couldn't create for shit.
Exactly.
You know, it's like you need somebody like that to do that. Yeah. You know.
But then there's times where like he can't get back in time, or when he gets back, he's completely gassed and he doesn't.
He's not ball watching. Yeah.
Yeah. So it definitely has some issues, but he's super fun to watch, and I like how hard he plays. He definitely plays hard. So Yeah, he's my right
Yeah,
back.
no, he's a lot of fun to watch. Trippier, he just does everything. That's why I picked him. It's like he could do everything on the field, free kicks, corners, whatever. You know.
I like him too.
Yeah, I mean, he made our top 5 list for Premier League players. You know, he's just like he just has all the aspects. You know, he might not be the best right back or the best at any one thing, but he can just kind of do everything. You know, so I definitely value that.
All right, who'd you have on the left then?
All right, my left back, I went with Alphonso Davies, which I think I had last year. That's one of the picks I think I remember. I don't know. I feel like he's definitely maybe dropped down a notch or two in terms of my liking. I feel like just haven't seen a lot from him lately. But in general, rep in North America, young guy still, so athletic, fun to watch, right? He just kind of brings everything that you want to see when you're watching a game, right? That's the type of player you want to see out there.
Yeah, I like him
so
too.
I just had to give him his props. He's fun to watch.
Yeah, good choice. Good choice. All right.
How about you?
My left back was Rudiger. Mm-hmm. So I went Rudiger, Botman,
right,
Bonucci, and Dest.
Yeah.
That was my back four.
Okay.
In the midfield, I'll start in the middle. I have Tonali because I'm really excited. I love his game, first of all, but I'm also really excited to see him play his old team. So it's more like a few of these picks are like I'm just excited to see them play. They may not be my absolute favorites, but I like them a lot, and I'm excited for this season. So Tonali for sure. And then also in the middle, he's injured. Hopefully he'll be back by the end of the year, but I got to put KDB on any favorite list for me. He's my favorite player. There's no one better. So hopefully he comes back healthy.
We have the exact same midfield then. I have those two guys as well.
I'm going to drink every time we have the same guy.
Yeah. Cheers. It was funny that you mentioned that comment, right? Because you were talking about Tonali and can't wait to see him play. And then I was like, well, we're not going to see De Bruyne play, but it doesn't matter. He's already cemented in our minds, right, as one of our favorite players ever. Obviously can't wait for him to be back because he's just so amazing to watch. But I love Tonali. I mean, just the whole everything he went through and to like come out and play so well to start the season. I feel like it just made me love him even more, right? And he's a guy that you would love. I feel like you just love to be on the team with him, you know. Once again, just like my pick with Trippier, like maybe he's not the best, you know, center mid. Like maybe you could rank a few people higher than him, right? From like a purely who's better. But I feel like you wouldn't like them better than this guy. You wouldn't like them as a teammate, you know. So he's a guy I would love to play with.
He's awesome. So who's on your outside?
All right, so let's start on the right. I mean, have to do it. I mean, the legend himself, baby Jesus, Christian Pulisic is at my right mid position.
He's on mine too.
Mm-hmm.
Double drink.
Drink. Yeah, I mean, obviously love him. So excited for him to be at AC Milan now. He's going to have an opportunity to play like every game, opportunity to play big games in the Champions League, big games in Serie A, contribute, be valued as a player, not just some lost piece under like a towel on the bench, you know, like
what was, like it still makes me so mad.
It's crazy, man. But he's getting the opportunities he deserves, and it's going to be so much fun to watch. I just can't wait to watch him. Mm-hmm. Every AC Milan game, I'm watching the highlights every time.
Oh, absolutely.
So I'm really excited for that.
And
so we both had that on the right.
Milan Derby, don't forget, 2 Saturdays.
Oh, yeah.
From now, September 16th. Oh, that's going to be awesome. Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, he's on my right. So we have the exact same midfield. If you have the same left midfielder as me, I'm just gonna leave the room right now. There's no way.
Well, I don't know if you would put him at mid, but I put him at mid.
Oh no,
Rafael Leao is my left mid.
Okay, why?
Did you put him at forward?
I have him, yeah, but I put him as my like false 9.
I see him much more as a winger than a forward, but
yeah, but he fit more there than the guy I have at left mid. So
you put Reyna out there.
I didn't do it.
Okay.
I didn't.
I was like, I don't know about fitting out there, but But yeah, I mean, I guess we could talk about Liao then. I mean, just so explosive, so much fun to watch. We already talked about, I think it was last episode, we talked about just how absolutely stupid it was. He didn't play more in the World Cup.
Yeah.
He's just a game breaker, right? He's one of those guys like on his own can create so much and just like, throw absolute chaos at the opponent's defense. So just love to watch him play.
Yeah.
He's just got that kind of like confident but not like overly cocky attitude. Like I don't feel like he would be a bad teammate to play with, but he is really confident at the same time. Like he still does enjoy when his teammates score, even though he probably wants the ball and wants to score. He toes that line, I think, well between some of the really great players that are also really selfish. So yeah, I like him in more ways than one.
Yeah, no doubt. He's just so explosive too. Like when he's got the ball in a 1v1 and there's space to run into, there's just no chance for the defender. Like he's gonna get by. It's sometimes it's like, he's
got to bring 2 or 3 people.
Oh, no doubt. He's just untouchable 1v1. It's crazy. So that goal that he had, who did they play? Roma?
The one where he's like falling over.
Yeah, it was so stupid. Yeah. It was like it was like ugly, but at the same time it was incredible. It was like, dude, that scored off his ass. Like, just
like people don't do that. Yeah, like he has that skill. That's like stuff that other people can't do,
right,
or don't do.
Exactly.
Like he has that level,
exactly,
and the athleticism to go with it. So
yeah, I have him behind my number 9, and then my left mid, I went with Julian Brandt, Dortmund.
Okay.
This one
he crossed my mind.
I like him a lot, but I'm excited to see him because I don't watch a lot of Bundesliga. So this is the opportunity for me to watch him. So I'm excited to see him play for sure because I like his game a lot.
Yeah, he crossed my mind, but he ended up not, making my list at all. But yeah, I definitely thought of him. I was like trying to think of a few players that I've liked at times, but I don't know. Maybe I haven't seen enough of him or whatever it was. He just didn't quite resonate with me. But I do think he's fun to watch, and he's got. I mean, it'll be cool to see him this year if he's continuing to improve. I think it'll be really fun.
Yeah. Okay, so I had Liao up top. Who do you have up top?
Okay, so off of my quote-unquote main striker, then I'll go with that guy first, and then you can share your number 9. So I have Marco Reus, different Dortmund player. That makes my starting 11. I love the guy. I feel so bad for him last year. It was so sad watching them lose the last day. He was as distraught as I feel like I've ever seen a soccer player in my life. Like all the times players have lost for whatever reason.
Almost, I don't know. Lukaku, I think, is the one for me.
I don't know. I don't think Lukaku was crying as hard as he was, though. I mean, Lukaku might have felt worse, but but I don't know. I just felt so bad for him, and I still love him. I love that he's still playing. He's still like, I don't know how old he is now, but he's obviously getting near the end, and he's still like, no, we're going to run it back. We're going to do this. I don't know if I can play the whole game, but get me out there. I'll give you like a strong 60 minutes. But I love him, man. He's just any one club guy.
Oh,
it's a lot of props in my book.
Dude, he's going to have a statue outside that stadium like in the next few years. No doubt.
Yeah.
No, it's a great choice. Okay, so up top, I went Harry Kane.
Oh, okay.
He's not my all-time favorite player, but I like him. I've always liked him, and I'm just excited to see him play for, number 1, a trophy, number 2, a new team, a team like Bayern, who's just loaded, and he's going to be playing against a lot of his old nemesis. One of those 5. He's going to be playing against.
This is also a grammar podcast.
Yeah, I try to keep it tight.
Spice it up a bit.
Try to get it right. Yeah, exactly.
All right. Kane, he made my honorable mention list. I do like him, but he didn't make my bench or starting. I went with Haaland up top. Just everything I feel like I've seen from like end of last year to now, it's all just made me like him even more. although like behind this, I've watched those sort of like behind the scenes stuff or like interviews with him or like Man City stuff in the dressing room, him accepting awards, and as like a person, I've just grown to like him even more. Obviously, he's a fantastic player. He's so much fun to watch, which is one thing, but he kind of just edged up, I feel like, my hierarchy of players that I like over the last few months. So he made the cut for me at number 1.
He seems like such a fun, loving, like funny guy that he seems to be a good hang. Yeah, exactly. No, he's awesome. I like him more than Harry Kane, but I like Harry Kane. And I love Harry Kane's finishing, but I can't wait to see him in a Bayern jersey playing against, like, I don't know, any of the teams that we're used to seeing. It's just going to be so weird and exciting. It's going to be like Leroy Sané to Kane.
Yeah, so they're in... they're going to play against Man U. That'll be awesome.
That'll be so sick. Yeah. And they're going to destroy Man U. If Man U doesn't turn it around, dude. Man U's in shambles right now. Oh my god. Yeah, they got
struggling.
Copenhagen, Galatasaray, Man U, and Bayern.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if you went through, but I created a whole set of bench players. I have 8 players on the bench, and then I have a few more honorable mentions that didn't make the cut.
Oh my god.
I always go overboard with these, but I don't know, it's just fun to mention some names.
No, it is. It is.
Your reaction.
All right.
So first off, half of my bench is just automatically Americans. So
okay.
We already mentioned Dest, who made my bench. We already, in passing, mentioned Reyna. So Reyna's one drink. Oh, there's a couple drinks there.
For sure.
Then we also have Aronson, who made the move to Union Berlin.
Yep.
And then
Bonucci teammate.
Musa.
He might get some minutes. Well. He hasn't been playing a ton. But
I think he's been subbing in, right? But,
yeah. He's usually a second half sub, but hopefully he can get more time as the season goes on.
Yeah, so half of it is just automatically, right? We got to get the boys are red, white, and blue in there. But a few other players I just wanted to mention. So the other 4 players that made my bench, I had to give a shout out to Eriksen, still going strong.
Dude, love Eriksen.
The only player from Man U that I took. I was just like, I can't.
That's funny.
I like that guy.
So, sorry, I'm going to sidebar for a sec, because I was going through it, and I was like, looking at the teams, and I was like, I don't really like anybody on Man U. They're just not a likable team. Yeah. I like Casemiro, and I like...
Yeah, I thought you were going to have Casemiro over Tonali, personally.
But I thought about it, but... Yeah. He actually didn't even make my bench, but I'll give him an honorable mention for sure. I like Casemiro a lot, but maybe he's just got that Man U stink on him. That it's less shiny, and he's getting kind of older. I don't know, but there's not a lot of likable guys on Man U. I like Rashford. I do like Rashford.
Yeah, I had in my honorable mentions. I had Casemiro and Rashford like down low. I think they're worthy of mention there, but. Eriksen's just a standout guy, I feel like, and he's been through so much. It's just awesome. Every time you get to see him play,
dude, he straight up died on the field.
It's just so cool to see him play, So it's crazy to think back that, but it reminds you every time.
Dude.
So a couple other guys that you've probably heard me mention before, but that I love. So I have Valverde from Real Madrid.
Yeah, you're a big Valverde fan.
Love that guy. I have Osimhen on Napoli, who I love. I think he's just a killer striker. I would love to see him to go to an even bigger team, right, and have an opportunity to shine.
He might.
But he's just so much fun to watch. He's like watching a 7-year younger Antonio with more skill. Like he plays with that same style of aggression and power. But he's not quite as beefy, so he's even faster. But he still has that intensity and I'm gonna go straight at you. It's just so much fun to watch.
He was such a good fit for that team last year too.
Mm-hmm.
It was such a match made in heaven.
Yeah, amazing. Great guy. And then the last spot on my bench is Musiala from Bayern.
Oh,
really?
I forgot
really
about him.
young guy. Yeah,
dude.
It's just there was no room. Like if we were doing like a best 11, he probably would have challenged more for the starting lineup. But with a favorite, he's not quite one of my top favorites, but still very worthy. Still like him. Still like watching him play. Tons of potential. I mean, we were talking about it like I forget when we were talking about it, but I remember
the World Cup. He was my favorite player from the World Cup.
It's either going to be this year or next year that he blows up, though. Like one of these years, right? He's going to suddenly become like Bellingham, or like he's on that track.
Dude,
where
he's insane.
He's very close to being at that next level.
It could be this year.
Yeah, so could be this year. That's what I'm saying. This year, like right? It could be. Its time could be now.
Yeah.
So definitely one to watch in the Champions League.
Oh, great pull because he slipped through my radar for sure.
Yeah. Do you have any other bench players?
I do. You didn't mention my guys, so
I might have them in the honorable mention. But
okay.
Yeah,
so yeah, I got obviously Wilfried Zaha is still in the Champions League.
I forgot about him.
I didn't. He was the first guy I thought of, but he didn't. I didn't put him on my roster because he's been injured, and I'm worried that it might be the end for him.
Different Zaha. Yeah.
So hopefully he can come back and actually play. But he's kind of got that hamstring issue that Kevin De Bruyne has, I think. So just put him on my bench. He's technically still in it. So hopefully he'll come back healthy. Tchouaméni was another one. Love Tchouaméni. Yep. I actually like a lot of Real Madrid guys, which is funny to me because I don't like Real Madrid. And then I had to give a shout out to Modric because he's still going strong at like 38. Something stupid.
Oh, yeah. I like these picks, man.
He's either 38 or 39. He's insane.
Yeah.
And then you mentioned Royce. He's always up there. And then Leroy Sané is a big favorite for me.
That's right. Yep.
And I think that was all of them. There was one that I thought of while you were naming people, and then I forgot who it was. So forgot about him. But yeah, it's. Oh, I did want to give a shout out to Sergio Ramos, who's on Sevilla. I hate Sergio Ramos. I absolutely hate him. However, I really liked the fact that he didn't go to Saudi Arabia to cash a check. He went to his hometown club to play for them.
To help them in the Champions League.
Yeah, and that gets all my respect, and that is something that I absolutely love to see. So he's kind of like Pepe in his later years, like becoming more endearing for me.
What's going on with these Real guys?
But he certainly isn't making my favorites list. But I just want to document that I don't hate him as much as I used to, because that was an awesome move, and that's something that I would love to see more out of players.
Yeah,
that's the type of player. So yeah. So I had a few honorable mentions as well. So I mentioned a couple already. I had Bellingham and Rashford both as honorable mentions. Bellingham I didn't like even I feel like even like a year or two ago, but just the fact that he stepped up to such a big club and such a big stage and has the mentality and attitude that he can actually do it has just earned so much respect from me. I'm like, holy shit, dude! Like you're the real deal, right? This isn't like came out firing.
Like this isn't like a Havertz being sold for 75 million and being like, oh, he's the guy. It's like, no, this guy is legit.
We should have a drinking rule for every time we shit on Kai Havertz.
Cheers.
It's literally every single day. Oh man, he's like not even a part of the conversation. But he's like, oh man, fucking not as bad as Kai Havertz. Yeah, just getting bodied left and right.
I love it. Keep catching strays.
No, but yeah, that's the antithesis of Kai Havertz. Jude Bellingham.
Straight up. Yeah, where's these? I'm writing this rule down immediately. Where are the rules at? Here we go.
Kai Havertz stray.
Kai Havertz strays. Drink. So a couple others I wanted to mention. So I wanted to mention Rodri, who I think is really solid in there. I wanted to mention Çalhanoğlu, who I love guys that can just smash the ball from like 40 yards out. Like, it's just one of my favorite things to ever watch, and he's one of those guys.
He's a cool player.
Odegaard I really like as well. I wanted to mention him. I think he's done a great job. And then I'm gonna butcher his name, but Kvaratskhelia.
That's what I was gonna say, dude. That was the guy. I thought of it as you were doing. I had it here, and I was like, I thought of him on Napoli, but I was like, I can't say his name. So
I don't know.
I'm not gonna put him on here.
Kvaratskhelia. I think that's close to
Kavika. Yeah, I was actually looking up the pronunciation right now. He's Georgian. Kavika Kvaratskhelia.
The Georgian wonder. Dude, so much fun to watch. He might have been the most fun player to watch last year, I feel like, because it was so unexpected, and he just has the like I don't think he's the most athletic or fastest, but he just has the body move. I know, like he's so quick. It's like a lot like Messi, right? Where it's like it doesn't look like he should be. No, but you know how like Messi's like, it's not that he just has pure speed; it's that he's so quick.
Yeah.
Like that first touch and like getting around a guy, it's so quick. It's a lot like what he's able to do.
No, totally. Like, he just looks unorthodox. Like everything about him looks unorthodox. He's wearing 77. Like he's like,
he's just a giant like middle finger to like everything that's like a traditional player, you know?
Yeah, he's exactly. But he is fast. He is explosive, and he runs like he's angry. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's just
he runs like he grew up in Georgia and he wanted out.
For real. And he just like is running as fast as he fucking can.
He runs like a Zaza Pachulia.
Dude, Zaza can't run very fast though. He's just a big motherfucker.
But that fool will run through you.
Dude, that's a big scary fucker. Yeah. No, and he's really fun to watch. I think he's lefty too, isn't he?
No, he's righty, but he plays off the left, so he cuts back onto his right.
But he's really fun to watch.
He can use both feet though. Like he's one of those guys.
Yeah, he's super fun to watch.
So I struggle, man. Like, I mean, you can see I came up with a huge list of players. Like, I don't know. I think you held a tighter criteria at the beginning, right? So you made it like tough to make your starting 11. I just started throwing names out, like, oh, I kind of like that guy. And
then try to narrow it down.
And then I had 30 people I had to try to sort through, but definitely had to mention them all.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think. Oh, you got Saliba. I was gonna say, I don't think we named an Arsenal player, but
I mentioned Odegaard in the honorable mentions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I find that interesting. Yeah, I actually like a lot of the Arsenal players. They just didn't make my list.
I like Rice too, but I was just like, I didn't feel like I could like have like 5 people from one team, you know.
Who's your favorite? Not who's the best. Who's your favorite Arsenal player?
Favorite? Ooh, man. Kai Havertz. I mean,
Drake.
Drake. I in terms of personality, it's probably Declan Rice. I think he's funny and he's like a leader at the same time. And if you're talking about personalities, I would choose him. For favorite like skill set, probably Odegaard.
He's got a pretty awesome skill set. I actually like. I think my favorite's Martinelli.
Interesting. Okay.
Just
you like the wingers?
I like. Yeah, I like certain wingers. I like his ability to take people on, and he tries to take people on. He doesn't just like Jack Grealish it and just kind of like tiptoe down and then like either just cut it back and dive or fall down. Like, and he'll
try and like nutmeg 2 guys and like get into the box, you know, like he'll do stuff.
I think he gets hurt by the fact that Saka's on the other side from an attention point of view, where like he just never gets the shine or respect that I feel like he deserves on that team. And I think that's why I like him a little bit more, because I'm like, nobody's rooting for this guy. I'm going to root for him. You know, like I feel like that. I feel like he's the unsung hero for that team, because Odegaard gets all the love, as he should. He's an amazing player, and Saka's English, so he's incredible. So it's like he's always, and then you got Rice now, and like he's just, I feel like he's just kind of like the forgotten man, but I think he's crucial to their success.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that he's maintained his spot when they bring in people like Trossard, right? I feel like that says a lot, right? That his skill set is not really matched by anybody else. Like he brings something unique to the table, and it's an interesting dynamic. Like you mentioned, Saka, who people would probably rate higher than Martinelli, also a winger, just on the other side. And there really is kind of like a difference in their styles. You know, like Martinelli's going to run at you and like do stuff, and like Saka's going to like he's going to be a better passer, right? Better with like the give and goes, like all that type of stuff. A better like total footballer, probably. But Martinelli brings that like explosive energy and
he's so good at running at players. Yeah. He's so good at running at players. So yeah, I think he's my pick. Good dynamic. All right, so I think that's it. You got any more honorable mentions or what?
That's it. We didn't pick a coach, but I didn't prep this. Do you have a coach in mind that sticks out to you?
Well, the former Napoli coach is always a good choice.
Yeah, Spalletti, I know.
But he's no longer there. So, are you a big Pep fan?
No, not the biggest.
Is anybody?
Yeah.
But he's not like he's not unlikable. Like I don't dislike Pep.
What's his name?
It's like kind of indifferent.
Alan Shearer just had a rant about him. He was all mad at him.
For what?
Well, one of the games at halftime, he like pulled Haaland aside, like instead of like waiting to get off the field and then like yell at Haaland about something he did, he started doing it on the field and like grabbed his arm and was like screaming in his face. And Shearer was like, if a coach had done that to me when I was on the field, I would have whooped his ass. He's like, you wait till you get in the goddamn locker room when nobody's fucking watching, there aren't 30 cameras on you, and then you yell at me. You can yell at me all you want in the locker room. Do not do it to my face on the field because you'll get punched right in the face. That's like, I love you, sure.
That's the thing with Pep that I feel like he knows the cameras are on him and he'll do things at times that are for show. You know what I mean? To make a point. And it's like, dude,
100%.
Come on. Yeah. And I'm with Shearer on that one. Like, come on.
Yeah. Entirely. If I had to choose somebody, though, fuck, I don't know, man. Like, who would I like? Maybe Pioli on AC Milan.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of some of the other teams. Yeah, I mean, Ancelotti. It's got to be Ancelotti.
But does he count? Isn't he the Brazil coach now?
Is he not coaching Real still? Or did he leave?
Ancelotti.
Do they have a new coach now?
I thought he was the Brazilian manager now.
Well, he got announced. He's still the coach this year, though.
He's still coaching this year? Okay, I wasn't sure. Clearly, I haven't been watching Real Madrid.
Okay, you scared me for a second. No. That was the whole thing. It was like, it was supposed to cut, like, it was a leak that it was like, next summer he's going to become the coach. And it probably shouldn't have gotten out. But he still was the coach of Real Madrid this whole time.
Well, he's for sure mine then if he qualifies. Yeah. He's awesome.
Yeah, he's the man.
Thanks for tuning in to the Ballon Drunks. If you like the show, please like and subscribe. If you want to watch full episodes, check us out on Apple Podcast and Spotify.
Cheers. We'll see you next time.
Cheers.